The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining this Knockouts exclusive webinar today. We're very excited to be showing you the new features of 8.0.28. Sorry, we're a couple minutes late, just a little bit of a go-to webinar technical difficulty, but we are all up and running now. Hopefully anybody that's joining us is getting all logged in, and we'll get started in just a moment. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited to walk you through some of the features, the new features in Fusion, and some of the new other exciting features that we have to talk about today. Okay, so just a few agenda items. The things we'll cover today is some new Fusion items in 8.0.28. So if your site has not been upgraded to the 8.0.28 version yet, please reach out to Lisa at head office to help facilitate that, or you can always reach out to Alyssa as well. She's your account manager, and I'll give you those details at the end today. We'll talk about cloud features, and we'll also just talk about quickly Reserve with Google, because I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. And then just a few housekeeping items for the webinar. My mic is on. Everybody else is automatically muted just to make sure that there's no background noise and all of that. So everybody is muted. You do need to have your speakers on to hear the webinar. So hopefully you guys have realized that the webinar started and you're going to turn it on. And then we'll take questions at the end. So if you have any questions about anything that we talk about today, go ahead and you can chat them in the questions box, and we'll answer all of those at the end today. All right. Okay, so as I said, the first thing we're going to talk about is the Fusion update. So the update to 8.0.28, there's a few items in your Fusion system that will be different. For those of you that have already upgraded, you've already noticed these things likely. But one of the things is the pin screen. So the pin screen has changed. The Fusion pin screen has been enhanced to improve the security of your shortcut system. The operator now must first select themselves from the list of employees. They can search for themselves using the search bar. Basically the most recent, or the most 3 recent employees that have logged in will be up there at the top. They click on themselves and then enter their PIN number as they always have. This is just for an extra layer of security for the shortcut system. Okay. In the synchronization agent for shortcuts, this is within the shortcut service manager that synchronizes on the server computer. There's the new cloud synchronization agent. And this is related to some of the features that we'll talk about in just a bit later on. But basically, a new section called Cloud Synchronization Agent has been added to the online services section of the Shortcut Service Manager. This allows the operator to see the status of the integration between Shortcuts Fusion and the Cloud Appointment Book. Okay. So you guys, that's something that once we start getting you to use some of these cloud features that we're going to talk about, it's going to be important to understand if the Cloud Sync agent is synchronizing properly. All right. There's also a client card update. Okay, so again, for those of you that have updated to 8.0.28, you've likely seen some changes on the client card. For those of you that have not upgraded yet, So just know that these updates are coming. So the following fields have been added into the client card. So opt-in communication preferences. You guys, so up until now, we just simply had an accept marketing checkbox. It was either on or off. So now we actually have the different options, the way that we communicate with our customers, whether it be marketing, confirmations, loyalty, or ratings and reviews, and whether or not they're opted in via SMS or email, etc. Okay, there's also a privacy policy link that can be used and is added to the customer card, and we can use that if necessary. Okay, so those updates have been added to the customer card in 8028. Okay, which means that you can also add it to the new client card layout, which we would obviously recommend that you do. You can do that within the Shortcuts point of sale system. So you can now configure your quick detailed client card to have the following details, which again, like I said, opt-in communication preferences, which we'd recommend you have there. And then if you'd like to use the privacy policy and the privacy policy acceptance. Okay. All right, so those are the updates to the client card. There's one other small update that happened in Fusion in 8028, and it's the cash drawer will now pop open automatically at step 2 of the end of day process. Now, you guys might be thinking, like, that's not really much of an enhancement, but I promise you, for your operators that have been doing the end of day, they've probably forgotten a time or two to pop that drawer open before they go to start the end of day and then have had to close out, go open the drawer and go back in. So they're going to like this one. Trust me, for somebody that's used Shortcuts for a really long time, I was very excited. So yeah, so the employee does not have to, does not need security rights to open till. If they have access to do the end of day, it'll just pop open during that section. All right, so that concludes the updates to the Fusion shortcut system. Okay, and now we want to talk about some of the cloud features. So again, you do need to be on that 8028 version to be able to take advantage of these cloud features. So we want to make sure you're upgraded. So the cloud features, you guys, the first thing I want to talk about is the cloud appointment book. So basically, the cloud appointment book is really an extension of your Fusion appointment book. So fully functioning cloud appointment book enables a more kind of personalized concierge style guest experience, because you can have that device with you at the chair where you can rebook their next appointment, be looking up their haircut notes, any upsells that you add on to the sale, you can add that at the chair with the customer, and we'll talk about the upsells in just a moment. So it solves that problem of the guest disconnection by reducing the need to leave a guest during their visit. So again, you can access any customer details through the cloud appointment book, so the client card, their visit notes, haircut notes, and also empowers a multi-site businesses to manage and access the full appointment book for all locations. So for those of you that have multiple locations, this is your console login that gives you access to the cloud appointment book. So for those of you that have access to multiple locations in the Shortcuts console, you would have access to the same locations within the cloud appointment book or within the cloud environment. Okay, so give me just a second and I'm going to show you that. Just going to give you a little bit of a demo of the cloud appointment book here. All right. Okay. So what you're seeing here is the cloud environment. there's not much to see on my appointment book because this is just my test site, but I really just wanted to give you guys kind of a tour around the cloud environment so that you kind of understand how do I get there, how do I log in, and how do I get around, okay? So up here at the top, you'll notice that the website I've gone to is pos.shortcutsoftware.com. So again, pos.shortcutsoftware.com. And as I mentioned, you guys, this will use your Shortcuts console username and password, and you'll be able to log into this environment. Okay, but you can't log in to this environment until you've upgraded to the 8028. And then once you upgrade to 8028, you're going to need to let us know so that we can turn on these features for you. So again, I'm going to give you Alyssa's information at the end of the webinar today so that you can let us know to go ahead. Hey, I've upgraded and please turn it on so I can take advantage of the awesome cloud features. Okay, but again, pos.shortcutsoftware.com. So it'll automatically log you into the appointment book. So any appointments that are currently on that day in your Fusion system will appear on the appointment book here. Okay, so it's very similar to what you see within Fusion, where you've got the staff across the top and you've got the times down the side. Up here at the top on the left, you've got the calendar, just like you do in Fusion. So I can click on that and I can go back or forward with my month. Okay, down at the bottom, I've got today, I've got the day, navigators, and the week as well. Okay, so again, just like your Fusion appointment book, you've also got the week view down at the bottom. So if I click on Amy and then down here click on week view, it'll allow me to see Amy for the entire week, see what days she's on, even allow me to, just like in Fusion, move an appointment from, say, Monday all the way to Friday or maybe to Thursday. Okay, and then if I click day view, it'll take me right back to today's date. Okay, I'm just going to quickly show you how to book an appointment. Oh, I did not mean to open that up. Excuse me here. Sorry, guys. Just open the code on the page is not what I meant to do, so. All right. Okay, so I select my customer, go next, select my service. Okay, I have a tag required, so you'll see, again, and that's because that's how my settings are set up in Fusion. So I need to enter that as well. Okay, so very similar to booking an appointment in Fusion. And then, of course, you guys, that booking will then show up immediately in my Fusion system. So it synchronizes seamlessly between the two systems. So I no longer have to be standing at the front desk to understand, you know, what does the appointment book look like? Again, you know, what are the haircut notes from last time, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I also want to show you up here at the top that you've got the customers. So obviously I was able to access the customer list through through the appointment book. But if I go to customers here and I just need to look up somebody, maybe they walk in and they want to know how long it's been since the last time they were here, and you're standing up at the front desk with the tablet, or the person that's at the front desk checking out, somebody walks in and you walk up to the front desk with a tablet and you're able to check for them. So let's see. It's also a smart search, you guys. So you'll notice that if I type in ELLMO, it'll get anybody that matches those criteria. So if I click here, okay, I can go in and I can look at any of the details for that person, and then I can click on history here as well. Okay, and I can see the past visits. So if there were any visit notes for that visit, I would click on it and then that visit note would be here. Okay, or for today, I can go and actually add a note here as well. Okay, now some of you are probably wondering, okay, well, what if I don't want them to have access to this? So you can specify specific roles within the cloud environment, and you can say that, they can book an appointment, but they don't necessarily have access to the card. Okay, but they can edit visit notes. Okay, so that is the cloud appointment book environment. Okay, just quickly here, I'm going to go back to the slides. Okay, and then the next thing I wanted to talk about is the cloud upsell services and products. So within that same cloud environment, you have the opportunity to use the POS section, which gives you the opportunity to add products and services to checkout on any device without walking away from the guest basically. So you'll be able to, again, pick up the tablet or, the mobile device. If you want to let them use their phones as well, you can. But pick up the device, go to the POS for that customer that they're with, and maybe they added on a service. So they can add that to the point of sale. Or maybe they talk to the customer about a product that they need to take home. They can add that to the transaction as well. So that when we go to check that person out at Fusion at the front desk, when we go to check them out, they're already ready to go. We're not, at this point adding on any services and adding on the product. We've already done that and we're ready to check them out. Okay, so that the front desk, can easily prepare for checkout basically. And again, it's real-time synchronization. So as soon as the operator adds on that upsell, whether it be a product or a service, it's immediately in the point of sale in the Fusion system waiting to check them out. Okay. All right, so that's the cloud upsell products and services. And then again, I'm just going to quickly show you in that same environment how to access the POS. Okay, so up at the top, you've got your favorites bar. So we've got the appointments, you've got the customers, which you saw me access there. You've also got the point of sale section. Okay, so if I click on point of sale, okay, actually, I should probably go back to the appointments and let's just say this customer came in a little early. And I'm going to go ahead and, go ahead and mark them confirmed and then mark them arrived. So that's my fault. So that we can see them in the point of sale. Okay, so it's similar to Fusion, you guys. So if they're in the walk-in manager or if they're on the appointment book and their appointment time has passed or they've been marked arrived, they will show up in the point of sale screen. Okay. Oh. And of course, my test environment is not allowing me to show you right now. Okay, so what will happen, you guys, is in your Fusion system, because you guys have everything set up all nice and properly, what will happen, like I said, is in that POS shortcutsoftware.com environment, that cloud environment, you'll be able to take those clients to the point of sale and add products and services. All right. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is cloud reporting, which is something that I know you guys are going to be super excited about. So, real-time cloud data, intuitive dashboards and reports, comparisons against previous periods, so this same time last year, and also it's a mobile responsive design, you guys, so you can look at this, not just on your laptop at home, but also on your iPhone or on your iPad if you wanted. Okay, so the cloud reporting provides a dashboard with 10 KPIs, and then it also has a couple of your Fusion reports as well. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. So quickly, I just want to show you a video, and then I will actually go show you live just how to access. Again, it's just my test environment, so it doesn't have a whole lot of data in it, but just how to access those reports and how to access that dashboard. Okay. So again, like I said, to access the cloud environment, you guys, it's pos.shortcutsoftware.com, and it's your Shortcuts console username and password. So you can see she went in and went to reports and then went to dashboard. Okay, you guys, it's 10 KPIs. Right now, I know one of the first things you want to ask is it customizable? No, but we will be adding to the KPIs that we see. You'll notice that there's red, yellow, and green arrows that you see in the screen here. That's whether or not you're down from this time last year. The orange is I'm up 0 to 5%, and the green is I'm up greater than 5%. Okay. You'll also notice up at the top, you can obviously sort by the date. You can sort by the site. So if you have multiple sites, you can see all sites at once or just a couple of locations. You can also sort by employee. Okay, and this is showing you that you can access your trading summary. So again, reports and then trading summary, and you'll be able to access the Fusion trading summary within this cloud reporting or this cloud environment. Okay, now there are a couple of differences between the trading summary. Also, you'll see here the employee performance report as well. There's a few differences between those. So we can send some follow-up information about the difference between the reports in the cloud and Fusion. Yeah, I think you guys are going to be really excited about being able to access some of this information in the cloud. Okay, so that's the video on cloud reporting. Now give me just a moment and I'll just show you how to access that in the cloud environment. All right. Okay, so up here at the top, I've got the menu section and I'll click on that. You'll notice my dashboard's actually in my favorites bar too. So I could have just clicked on my dashboard up there to get to, the dashboard. But in the menu, if I go to reports, over here, I can click on my dashboard. Okay, as I said, you guys, I don't have a whole lot of data in my system here. So it's currently probably going to load and it's going to say that I don't have any dollars. Okay, but we'll load a different date range and actually get it to at least show us something here. All right, so I'm just going to go. Well, apparently I didn't do a whole lot in May either. My team's been slacking, you guys. All right, let's try that again. Oh, still pretty sorry, but you can see some numbers populate there. So we've got net sales, average per ticket, visits, new customer visits, rebooking, etc. You guys, this one's really cool. The booking or visit source, because you can see bookings that were made through the cloud, through Fusion, through online booking, through the app, as well as Reserve with Google, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Um, and then on the dashboard as well, you've got some employee performance details also, and then just some kind of some actions down here, cancel, discounts. It'll show refunds as well as voids down at the bottom there as well. Okay, so that's your dashboard. Okay, and then if I go back up to menu, and then in reports, there is that trading summary. Okay, so again, I don't have a whole lot of data, but you'll notice that it did keep that that same date range that I was looking at in the dashboard, and then it's pulled those numbers for me. Okay, so here's your trading summary in the cloud. Okay, again, you guys, up here at the top, I can sort my date. I can, if I have multiple sites, I can choose one site or multiple sites to look at, or by default, the locations that you have access to, it'll show you all. Okay, and then on the dashboard, you can sort by employee, or in the employee performance report, you can sort by employee as well. Okay, and then this is exportable. Okay, and then there's the employee performance report. All right. Hopefully you guys are getting really excited about this, because we are super excited. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to show you, and it's something that's currently in beta testing right now, but it's coming soon, and that's the performance targets. So this is the ability to set for the business and for employees targets on 6 different KPIs. So being able to compare business and employee results against targets and monitor progress. Right now, you guys, this feature is a weekly target. So you can run it for a week. When you're looking at reports, you can run it for a week or a 2-week time period. The goal down the track for phase 2 of targets is that we'll also have daily and monthly targets as well. But this is a really great start. We're excited about this. And so hopefully this is something that as soon as you guys, or as soon as it's available, you guys are excited to use also. Okay, so again, I'll just show you a quick video. It's that same environment, you guys, pos.shortcutsoftware.com. And it's super easy to set up. Again, you log in with your console username and password. For those of you that are like, what's my console username and password? Ask Lisa, ask Alyssa, ask myself, and we are happy to help you get that. Ask all of us. Okay, so once you log in, you need to set up the targets before you can actually use them. So you'd go to employees and schedules, you'd click on targets. First, you'd set up the business target for each of your locations, or for your location, you'd go in and set up the business target for the store, and then you'd set them up for the employees. So you can see it's super easy. You click on the store, set it up, click on an employee, enter your number. So you guys, it's net sales, service sales, retail sales, average spend, rebooking, and customer visits. Okay, and then in the reporting section, you have a target screen. So you go into the targets, and then again, for everybody at once, so for the entire location, or for individual employees, you can pull those target reports and take a look at, how are they doing so far this week based upon the target that we've set and what they've done so far. Okay, And then again, just up at the top, again, I can run it for a week at a time, you guys, or a 14-day period. And then in the future, the goal would be to have daily and monthly targets as well. Okay, and obviously this is something that's super easy to update as well, you guys. So as the staff and employees actually meet the targets that we set for them, we can then set a new goal and target, enter that in, and then start tracking immediately against a new one. Okay, so again, quickly, I just want to show you in the cloud environment how you can access this. Okay. All right, so in the menu section here, you guys, you've got employees and schedules, and I'm going to click on target setup. Okay, so I would set, again, like I said, I'd click on the store and I would set it for my location. Your targets are likely going to be, you know, quite different than mine. I just made up some targets here. And then once you set it up for the location, you can then go set it up for each employee. Okay, so I didn't set up for any for Billy yet, so I can go set up some for Billy. I expect her to sell a lot of retail, so. Right, so I can just go in and set up all of those guys. Once you actually set up targets, then you can go into the reports and you can actually check out the targets. So you guys, if you come into the cloud environment and you click on the targets button and nothing happens and you're like, the screen is broken, it might just be that you haven't set up any targets yet, therefore it's just not showing you anything. Okay, so it's going to tell me I'm doing very poorly because I have no transactions this week. For the time period that it's going to default to, which is this week, you guys. But I still wanted you to actually see it in action here. Now, Targets is in beta, you guys, so it's still a little slow, but it's something that as soon as we're, basically, work out a little bit of the speed. Everything else is going very well, and we're excited for everybody to start using this feature also. Okay, let me go back and see if I can actually maybe guess a time period where I had some sales. I doubt it. Let's see. Well, I'm going to try one more time. Okay. Well, you guys saw in the video that it'll actually give us a measurement. There we go. It only took me 6 times. Okay. Now, my staff is still not performing very well at all, but at least I was able to actually show you just a few areas here that actually have some data in them. So $96 of my 5,000 goal was met. You can see my sad little line down here. Okay, something that's really cool as well, you guys, is if you have pre-booked appointments, it'll actually show you a pre-booked section down here as well. Like based upon your pre-booked, this is what we're estimating. All right. Okay, so one last thing I wanted to talk about before we go to questions, because I know you guys probably have a ton, is just reserve with Google. So basically, Shortcuts has partnered with with Google in order to, so partnership between Shortcuts and Reserve with Google, an integration to your booking availability, pricing, and information. So guests can make real-time bookings directly into Shortcuts, and bookings will be available via your Google My Business page, Google Search, Google Maps, and also Google Assistant. Okay, so this is really just something that we wanted to make you guys aware of. But Reserve with Google is live. We're really excited about this feature. Like I said, we're super excited about this feature. We've so far, well, this was actually a couple of weeks ago now, but as of a couple of weeks ago, we had already 35,000 bookings worldwide with Reserve with Google already for Shortcuts customers. So we're really excited about this feature. It's obviously a way for new customers to find you guys, which is really exciting, right? So bringing new clients through the door via this feature. All right, and so now it's question time. So I'm going to go and take a look at the questions that you guys have typed in so far. Um, you guys, if you have questions after, you want to make sure that you direct them to obviously your head office, but also your account manager, Alyssa Venere. Here is her email address and her contact details. Also, you guys, I probably should have introduced myself to start. For those of you that don't know or haven't figured out, this is Angel, your friendly Director of Education here in the North America region. So if you guys have any questions, we're happy to help. Now I'm going to go take a look at the questions that you actually typed in so far. Okay, so there's a question, if I do not have the update, how do I get it? So if you haven't upgraded yet, I would advise that you speak to head office. So Lisa or anybody at head office can hopefully let you know about the schedule and how that's going and when you're going to be able to be upgraded. All right, and then let me see what else here. Okay. The question was just about if you're supposed to see see the video live. So you were supposed to see the video, but I actually just talked over it. I didn't use the sound of the video, just to be able to kind of simulate how the feature worked before I showed it to you live. Okay, let me see if there's other questions. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so how do I get a console login? So if you don't know how to log in to the Shortcuts console, like I said, let us know. Follow up with Alyssa or myself. Here's Alyssa's email address here, and you guys, you can also contact me at just Angel, ANGEL, at shortcuts.net. Let Lisa know. Any of us can get that information for you. Okay. There's a question here. Will guest retention ever be on cloud reporting? Hey, Karen, thanks for the question. The intention is that we will add to the KPIs. Karen, I would suspect that would be one that we would add. But as we look at the KPIs that we're going to add and as we get kind of informed about the development, we will let you guys know. Okay, let's see what else here. Okay, so there's question about setting up. So if you want to let the staff use it like on a tablet in the store, the question is, what do they log in with? So I'd probably recommend that we set up a username and password just for the location. So, if your location is Newport Beach, we set up an email address that's like, Newport Beach Knockouts at gmail.com. And then we'll create a username and password for the console just for that email address. And then that's the one that you can use on the tablet or tablets within the store. Okay, any other questions? Okay, looks like there might be one more. Um, okay. Let's see. Karen, let's see. uh, I heard Connect Me is going away. What are the options? So, Karen, yes, that is true. Connect Me is going away, and we do have a few options on some of the ways we'll be able to kind of solve the things that you guys do with Connect Me. I will probably actually unmute Alyssa in a moment and let her comment on that further. I do have another question here. Can you use both Android and iOS devices? Um, yes. Basically, you can use it from any browser. So again, pos.shortcutsoftware.com. It can be accessed from an iPad or a tablet, basically any device that has internet access. Okay. Um, Karen's also asking me, let's see, can you talk about the new email marketing options with MailChimp and also text marketing options? So, you guys, we have some exciting news that's happening at Shortcuts. We have, well, first of all, GCast or Set and Forget Marketing as you know it is going away. So, for those of you that are using that platform, it is going away within, well, we're looking at about 4 weeks' time now. But the exciting news is that we have a couple of options for you. So we're actually creating a brand new feature called Shortcuts Marketing. And that Shortcuts Marketing feature will allow you to send emails to your customers, obviously, site by site, but not only email, it will also have SMS marketing as well. So, for those of you that have been wanting to be able to do text marketing and be able to text your customers, you'll be able to send text promotions through Shortcuts Marketing. Okay, so that is coming. We expect Shortcuts Marketing actually to be available within a couple of weeks' time, and then as soon as it is, we're going to let you know, of course. So for those of you that are using GCast, you want to start thinking about any of the active campaigns that you set up, and if we want to deactivate them now or if you want to wait until we have the new feature going so that we can set them up depending on what they are. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions here. Okay, I think that's might be it. I may have sparked some new questions with the stuff about marketing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and unmute Alyssa here so that she can actually talk a little bit more about going away from Connect Me and what are the options there. So hopefully she's there and available. Alyssa, are you there?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, hopefully they can as well.
Perfect. So, yeah, so we've talked to a couple of you guys about the options that are going to be available through Shortcuts with the moving away from Connect Me. So, one of the most popular options and something that has been sort of meeting the needs of some of the other sites that we've been working with, you're able to go in and do now what we call scheduled email reporting. So as a lot of you guys are probably using Connect Me when you're not in the store, or maybe you manage a few different stores or own a few, so you're often maybe doing some of that reporting and some of that pulling of the data from a remote location or from your home address or another location altogether. So we do have something called scheduled email reporting now available, where you can actually set up certain reports that you're looking to get automatically emailed to you on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So you can get those scheduled at your convenience and sent to you automatically, so you don't even have to actually go in and pull some of those reports anymore, and they will get sent to you. So I'm definitely more than willing to chat with you guys individually about this option and then some of the other options as well that might be available and help kind of meet that need that you're using Connect Me for right now. So more than happy to set up individual conversations with anyone who's interested in learning a little bit more about those options. So feel free to contact me there at Alyssa Venere at shortcuts.net.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for that detail, Alyssa. And like she said, if you guys have further questions about that, her email address is right there. If you guys have questions about today as well, please let us know. And we are happy to help. Like I said, you guys, once you get upgraded and the version on your Fusion system is 8.0.28, you can let myself know or Alyssa know, and we'll turn on those cloud features that so you can log in and start exploring. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining today. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to let us run you through the exciting new features we have for you. And we look forward to getting these shiny new things in your hands. Thanks so much, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.